Okay, what comes to mind when we talk about the Gen Y person for you?
Gen Y, I would say that I wouldn't define it just by age, but well, the person's outlook, because somebody in their 40s could have the outlook of a very young person. They have experience with many. And I would say that they are well informed, a lot of energy. They are, well, slightly more risk taker than past generation. And quite impatient and always looking for new challenges. I'm generalizing it, but I would say that for most that I've encountered with and actually had the chance to discuss certain topics and issues, this comes across very strongly. These traits comes across very strongly.
So I suppose you just widen the discussion actually a lot more than just talking about people who are born in a certain generation. So when you're talking about Gen Y, then you're referring to the result, the generation as a result of societal influences, like what?
Because some of the people, I mean, even if you're older, they pick up new skills.
Why does he look at me when he said that?
I was looking across at the myself.
He was older.
I should look this way. Because some of them pick up new skills very quickly, like for example Ernest, and he can actually go to Wikipedia, although that he the only thing that he knows, but I'll say that that's encouraging enough. But I did have friends who are in their maybe late 40s, very tech savvy, and still, I would say, having lots of new ideas. I think amongst the cabinet ministers there are one or two who actually explore new areas, and they are not afraid to try new things and pilot new projects. I would say that they constantly update themselves with the current changes in society. Able to implement certain new programs and ideas that you never imagined that a person their age would try to do, that they thought that only the young person with a lot of energy and very dynamic would do it. But no, they take the lead and they lead by example.
But perhaps just for the benefit of a little more focus, let's perhaps look at that generation that's born, because I mean, I think the phenomenon you've talked about would be likely in a minority. You know, those in the older generation who seem to demonstrate these traits, though that may be increasing, given that we're BlackBerry, etc., people getting a lot more connected online. But in your view, what would you say would be the concerns of the Gen Y in Singapore, the true Gen Ys, those who are born Gen Ys?
Okay, so now we go back to the age.
Yes.
Okay. So for this age group, late 20s, maybe the older ones are late 20s, so born in the 80s. If you look at how they grew up with an environment that has been developed and created for them to shine, at least in the Singapore's context. The education system, the social system, the opportunities created, developed for them, to groom them to who they are today. Well-informed, things are given to them. I think they're well-informed, yes. They want to try new things, yes. The value of money is maybe lesser of an importance compared to, say, much earlier generation. They are impatient as well. But on the whole, I think they can be tapped on for their potential, and their potential is where we have to find out where they are and who they are, and in order to be able to bring it to the fullest, to actually fully utilize it. And I think that's the part that's challenging, is to retain them and actually to utilize the potential.
Okay, at this point, perhaps some of you might want to say something, especially those, you know, defined as the Gen Y generation. So if they're born in 1981 and after, let's see some young hands up, some young unwrinkled hands. Could we have the ballroom light a little stronger so that you know, can see? Because, sorry, these are Gen X eyes. Do I see hands coming up? No?